Hey everyone, Shabby here, and welcome back to another Shabby Talk. Now today, we're going to be discussing, of course, the WrestleMania card upcoming this evening. I'm pretty hyped for it. I haven't been for quite some time because I thought the card was a little bit underwhelming, but now the day is upon us. I'm pretty hyped up and really looking forward and just counting down the hours until WrestleMania begins. It's a pretty big card. I didn't realise until I got all these pictures together how big the card actually was. And we're going to go by it one by one now and see exactly who we think is going to win. So I'm going to assume, I'm just going to go through this because I don't know what the order of these matches is going to be, but we do know there are 3 matches on the pre-show. The first one is going to be the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Now, I have just found out, waking up this morning, that WWE have also added Big Damo or Killian Dane from Sanity into that match now, along with, is it Bin Wan? I can't remember his name, is the Chinese guy from NXT as well. I can't imagine those two are going to be in there to win it, but you never know. They did it last year. They brought in Baron Corbin as a surprise entrant, and Baron Corbin went on to win, so there's no reason why they couldn't win it. But for me, you cannot look past Braun Strowman in this one. Braun has been on an absolute dominant run for about a year since going on to Raw on his own, and I think it's got to happen. He's got to win this Rumble here this evening, and I think it's going to be quite dominant. Although there are some people in there that might hold him up. You've got the Big Show, who's now announced this is his last WrestleMania. You've got Sami Zayn's in there. You've got Dolph Ziggler in there. You've got Mark Henry. You've got a few big names, but I would be surprised if Braun Strowman does not walk out of this one victorious. Right, the next match on the pre-show, I'm very surprised on the pre-show, is Austin Aries versus Neville for the Cruiserweight Championship. For me, this one, if given enough time, could steal the show, but because it's been forced onto the pre-show, I don't know if it's going to. I don't think they're going to be given enough time. The crowd are still going to be entering the arena. And based on last year when Ryback faced off against Kalisto, basically in front of an empty arena, it's very depressing. And I'm hoping that everybody's in place and ready, because this Neville versus Austin Aries match could be fantastic if they are given the time. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful, but I just don't know, being forced onto the pre-show, whether they're going to be really given the serious amount of time that they deserve to have to put on a fantastic match. But I'm going to say that, I don't know, I've got a feeling that Neville will still come out of this one on top with the Cruiserweight Championship. Will he cheat to win? I don't know, but I think this feud is only just beginning, and I think it will still continue going on for quite some time now. But I'm going to go for a Neville win on that one. Next, we do have the SmackDown Live Women's Championship match, and again, that is going to be on the pre-show. The picture doesn't show it here, but Naomi has now been added to this match as well. I don't know if they're sticking with a 6-pack challenge, because originally Shane O'Mac said that when he created the match that anybody available would be in this match. So there's still a chance there could be other people. There's been rumours of Eva Marie. Of course, she's still on the SmackDown roster. There's Tamina, who's been working SmackDown Live house shows and so forth. She could be in there. There was also rumours of Asuka making her debut here this evening as well. However, I can't see Asuka doing it now, with her keeping a hold of her NXT Women's Championship last night. And, of course, because it is on the pre-show, I can't imagine they're going to do anything too big. My guess in this one, and I'm pretty confident on this one, is that Naomi is going to win this match. Because Naomi lost the champion... Well, she had to give the championship back because of injury. She's managed to fight her way back to be fit for WrestleMania. And I believe this is also a home crowd as well. So if they don't give Naomi the belt, I think they're really missing a trick to get a cheap pop from the crowd there, really. It's going to be an interesting match. I'm a massive Alexa Bliss fan. And Becky Lynch. I think all the ladies on SmackDown Live have done fantastically well. Natalya getting an opportunity as well. But yeah, I'd be surprised if Naomi does not come out and win that one. Right, the next match is going to be on the main show now. Onto the main show is the Triple Threat Tag Team Ladder Match. Now, I'm going to assume they're going to start with this one, because they have done the last few years. The ladder match always seems to start the show. And this, I think, has got a great opportunity of being a fantastic, fantastic match. These guys all together in a ladder match, I think, are going to be really, really good. Enzo could be in trouble here, because he's in a match with 5 other massive men with ladders, and I think Enzo is the sort of person who could quite easily get injured in this sort of match. But I don't know. I don't know who's going to come out on top of this one. I'm hoping the club keep the belt, because I think they deserve a good, strong run. I'm not quite sure what they've got planned for Cesaro and Sheamus in the future. Are they going to keep them together as a tag team? Will they split off and start feuding against each other again? I'm not sure. And Enzo and Cass are just sort of there. I'm going to go for the club to come out of this one on top, I think. But I think it's going to be a really good match. There's going to be a lot of spots. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. That's probably one of the matches I'm looking forward to the most on the card, to be honest. Next, we've got Dean Ambrose defending his Intercontinental Championship against Baron Corbin. This one, for me, is completely shut a case, I think, this one, for me, if Baron Corbin is going to walk out of here with the Intercontinental Championship. No doubt in my mind that is going to happen. Baron Corbin has had an absolutely incredible year. Debuted last year as a surprise in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and won it. Then got drafted over to SmackDown. And since then, he's just been going strength to strength to strength. And it wouldn't surprise me by the end of next year if he's seriously a member of the main event and, of course, the SmackDown Live Championship picture. But I think this evening, he is going to walk away with that Intercontinental Championship. I was a little bit disappointed that this match wasn't a gimmick match. I was hoping for, like, an Extreme Rules or a Falls Count Anywhere or something like that sort of thing. And based on the rivalry, I thought that was going to happen. But it doesn't seem to be the case, but I still think Baron Corbin will definitely walk out of here with the championship. So next we've got Chris Jericho defending his United States Championship against Kevin Owens. Now, I want to say that Owens is going to win this one. And I was pretty sure up until a couple of months ago that Owens definitely was going to win this one. However, I believe that Chris Jericho now does not need to go back to Fozzy. I think he's signed up until after the next pay-per-view. So there's a good chance here that Owens will win the belt and then Jericho will get a rematch at Payback or whatever it's going to be. But there's also a chance that Owens could keep the Jericho could keep the belt, and then Owens could take it off him at the next pay-per-view. But I'm going to go for an Owens victory here. I think he's going to win the championship away from Jericho. I think it's going to be probably, again, if it's given enough time, it could be one of the best matches on the card. I think it probably would be one of the best matches on the card either way, but given the time, it could be the best. I think the storytelling between the two, and on top of the quality of the match between the two, is going to be fantastic. But yeah, I'm going Kevin Owens victory in that one. So next we've got the Raw Women's Fatal 4-Way match. Bayley defending against Charlotte, Sasha Banks and Nia Jax. Now this one, I've got no idea on this one. I really haven't. I'm going to hope that Bayley keeps a hold of the championship, because if there's one thing that everyone seems to moan about with the Raw Women's Championship, it is that it is very much a hot potato. It's switched between so many people over the last 12 months. It's becoming quite a tedious affair now. I just want to see someone just hold it for a decent amount of time and actually get a good championship run. We saw it with Charlotte a while ago, but since then it's been Charlotte Sasha, Charlotte Sasha, Charlotte Sasha, Charlotte Bayley, and it was a bit over the top. I think it could be a good match. I think Nia Jax is a little bit of a wild card in this one. We know that Bayley, Charlotte and Sasha Banks can put on a fantastic triple threat match. They've done it in the past. But that inclusion of Nia Jax just makes it a little bit different for me. She's obviously going to be the power of the match. And I think it's going to be very much like the NXT Tag Team Championship match last night, where we saw the Revival and DIY team up together to sort of take out the Authors of Pain. I can imagine that might happen here this evening, where maybe Bayley, Charlotte and Sasha trying to take out Nia Jax before and then go at it themselves in a triple threat match. But yeah, I'm going to say, I don't honestly know, but I'm going to go for a Bayley win in this one. So next, we've got John Cena and Nikki Bella taking on The Miz and Maurice. Now this one for me is got to be a Cena and Nikki Bella victory. The Miz and Maurice have been absolutely fantastic. One of the shining lights on SmackDown over the last 12 months, and they really have created themselves a fantastic heel persona and really had some of the top storylines over on SmackDown. However, this is heavily rumoured to be Nikki Bella's retirement match, and we're probably not going to see Cena for quite some time now as well. So I would imagine that Nikki Bella will get that pinfall over Maurice in her final match in WWE. And also, there's also heavy rumours that John Cena might actually propose after this match, and I don't know, do what they want to do, but I don't want them to waste time on stuff like that when they could be giving it to quality matches like Neville versus Austin Aries. And it sort of backs up a lot of the things that The Miz has been saying about their relationship being very much based on camera. If he does get down on one knee and propose at WrestleMania in front of the biggest crowd they're going to get all year, then it is very much in front of the camera, isn't it? It's a nice thing to do, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it sort of backs up what The Miz was saying about the whole relationship being for the camera. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to go for a Cena-Nikki Bella victory in that one. So next I've got down Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles. Now this one. This is going to be a normal singles match. Normal rules apply. So Shane can't be using weapons. He can't be elbowing through tables. He can't be jumping off the top of the roller coaster. It's just not going to happen. And I don't know if Shane can really keep up with AJ in a normal singles match. AJ could do a lot of the work. But I just don't know what he's going to be able to do. This one perplexes me. I hope it's going to be a good match. And I hope out the back of it, AJ wins and manages to get himself a championship match out of it or something like that. But for me, if AJ doesn't win this one, it would be a real punch in the teeth of AJ, because he has done a great job of carrying a lot of the burden of SmackDown Live over the last year or so. Been a fantastic champion over there. Fantastic on the mic, great heel. And if he doesn't win this match, I think it would just be a bit of an insult to him, really. The quality of the match, like I said, I don't really know. I don't think Shane, at this time of his life, could really pull off a fantastic singles match. I don't remember Shane ever being in a normal singles match. All the matches that I remember have always been gimmick matches. Last year we saw the Hell in a Cell. We saw the Falls Count Anywhere against Steve Blackman or something like that. And we saw Last Man Standing against Kane. It's always been that sort of thing. And I don't remember seeing him in a normal singles match. But I'm intrigued by that one to see if Shane can pull it off. And I hope he can, because I want to be watching the best quality match possible. So next we have the non-sanctioned fight between Seth Rollins and Triple H. Now, again for me, Seth needs to win this one. Triple H needs to finally put somebody over at WrestleMania. Seth needs to win this one. It's going to be an interesting match, because it is a non-sanctioned fight, which I'm going to assume means no disqualification, no count-outs, all that sort of stuff. So I'm pretty sure we're probably going to end up seeing Samoa Joe at some point interfering in the match, maybe trying to help Triple H out by attacking Seth Rollins. But there also is the rumour that if that does happen, then Finn Balor might also get himself involved in that match to try and back up Seth Rollins. Will that happen or not? I don't know. Am I hoping for too much? I don't know. Finn Balor is now he's now cleared to wrestle again, so it could happen. But I don't know whether they're just going to save him until tomorrow night for the Raw after Mania. We'll have to find out, I suppose. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to go for Seth Rollins in this one. He's got to win. Surely Triple H... There's no point in Triple H winning this one. Seth could be put over, and then Seth can get straight back in the championship picture, or Seth can continue to feud against Samoa Joe maybe towards SummerSlam. Next is The Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. Now, where do I start? Where do I start? This one is going to be... I don't know. This one really gets me, this one. I'm a massive Undertaker fan, and I'm a big detractor about the way that Roman Reigns is booked, and just Roman Reigns' attitude to everything, to be honest with you. But saying that, I just feel that Roman Reigns should win. And I know that's going to be a bit of a jolt to a lot of you, but myself, as well as a lot of other people, like the last two matches, for example, I've said AJ Styles should beat Shane McMahon. AJ Styles is the full-time wrestler. Shane McMahon is the general manager and all that sort of stuff. And Seth Rollins should defeat Triple H because it does wonders for Seth Rollins, and it doesn't really help Triple H if Triple H wins. So basically, I'm saying the two part-timers should lose, and I think it would be an insult to the WWE if all of a sudden I turn around and said, oh no, I think The Undertaker should win, because again, he's a part-timer, and what that victory could do for Roman Reigns is immense. Now, if they did turn Roman Reigns heel this evening against The Undertaker, and then Roman Reigns beat The Undertaker, WWE could have created one of the best heels of all time. If they did that, if they stopped messing around and trying to push him down our throats every single week, then they could have a fantastic heel on their hands. Someone who could really take the torch for the next few years as a fantastic heel. He doesn't work as a face. He hasn't got the attitude. He hasn't got the charisma. He hasn't got the in-ring style of a face. I think he's best suited as a heel. And if they did that this evening against The Undertaker, that would be absolutely incredible. But like I said, I want The Undertaker to win, but I feel the right thing to do is for Roman Reigns to win this match here this evening. So I'm going to go for Roman Reigns. I don't like myself for doing it, but it has to happen. So next, I think this should be the main event, but I think WWE are definitely going to put Goldberg versus Lesnar as the main event. So this one, of course, is Bray Wyatt defending his WWE Championship against Randy Orton. Now, this one, it has to be a Bray Wyatt victory. It has to be. Orton winning that belt doesn't help anybody, really. Bray has finally got hold of the belt at Elimination Chamber. And for him to lose it so soon to Randy Orton would just be... It just wouldn't be right. His first championship run, to lose it in 6 weeks wouldn't be right. I think that Bray should have a long reign as the champion now, at least through to about Survivor Series before dropping that belt. I think he could have some fantastic feuds against the likes of AJ Styles one-on-one. We've seen it disappearing. We've got that. There's also the rumour of people coming over from Raw as well. Roman Reigns being one of those names rumoured to be joining SmackDown. So yeah, I think it'd be best for everyone for Bray to keep that belt. Now, you'll notice in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, Eric Rowan, who is cleared to wrestle now, but hasn't made his return, and also Luke Harper, again, who is not on the card at all at WrestleMania. He's not involved in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So it would not surprise me if we see a little bit of Harper and Rowan in the main event here this evening. Maybe joining forces once again with Bray Wyatt. Because Harper only left the Wyatt family because of Randy Orton coming in. And there's a chance now that Randy Orton has left that Harper could re-interject himself into the family. I know that's something that he doesn't want to do, judging by some interviews that Luke Harper's done. He wants to go off now as a singles competitor and show what he could do on his own. And he is a very capable wrestler, former Intercontinental champion, of course. But I think that's a possibility that could happen here this evening. I think it's going to be a pretty good match, actually. It's going to be a pretty good match, and it's probably going to overshadow what will end up being the main event. I'm hoping it's not the main event. I'm hoping they change that around. But yeah, I'm going to go for a Bray Wyatt victory in that one. And then we come to the match that literally nobody is looking forward to. Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. Goldberg has become one of the most booed superstars in the WWE, with Roman Reigns, of course. Although WWE don't like you to see that, so they generally put a cheer over the top of his entrance, just like they do with Roman Reigns as well. I think it's going to be a disaster. I honestly do. I hope it's not. I really hope these two completely shock me and pull off a fantastic match, but I just can't see it. I really can't. Judging by Goldberg's previous matches since his return, he's wrestled for all of 5 minutes across 3 matches. And that's just not good enough for someone who's in the main event of WrestleMania. He needs to at least double that in this match here this evening. That match needs to go for at least 10 minutes, and even then, it's still not going to be fantastic. Everyone assumes that Brock Lesnar is going to walk out of here with the championship because this is Goldberg's last match. But there has been rumours that Goldberg has re-signed for a few more months, so there's a possibility Goldberg could keep a hold of the belt. I think there was rumours that WWE wanted to change the way they were going to book it, because everyone knew that Lesnar was going to keep a hold of Lesnar was going to win the championship. So they wanted to sort of confuse matters by making Goldberg retain, but I don't think that's going to help anybody. I don't think that Goldberg should have been put anywhere near the championship picture. This match should have gone ahead at WrestleMania, no problem with that, but it should not have been for the Universal Championship. It should have been for just a match between two guys to bring the crowd. Jericho versus Owens should have been for the Universal Championship. I'm going to stick with Lesnar winning this one. I don't think Goldberg's going to walk out of here with a championship. It is a bit weird for me because if that does happen, then it does mean that Goldberg will retire from wrestling 2-1 up against Lesnar. I think what should have happened is Lesnar should have defeated Goldberg at Survivor Series, and then Goldberg should have done this whole retribution thing about trying to get himself fit again and then finally winning the match at Mania. That's what I think should have happened, but now they've got the championship involved. It's got all very messy. It's going to end up main eventing the show, which it shouldn't do because Randy Orton won the Royal Rumble, and the way you win the Royal Rumble, you main event WrestleMania. That's what happens. But yeah, I'm going to go for a Brock Lesnar victory in a very underwhelming match. It wouldn't surprise me if this is the main event. It wouldn't surprise me if some people start to leave before this match is finished because they want to get ahead of the crowd. I think it's that sort of match that a lot of people are not looking forward to, including myself. But I hope that I can be surprised in this one. But I'm going to go for a Brock Lesnar victory. Well, there you go. That is my preview for the WrestleMania card. And if you guys have any suggestions, any questions, any comments, whatever you want, drop them in the comment section below. I will be online all day. I will be recording quite a bit as well, though. So if I don't reply straight away, I will reply very, very soon. And let me know what you think. The conversation's there. This is what this whole series is about. It's about me trying to interact a bit more with you guys, trying to get to know you guys a bit more. And, of course, you guys to have a chat between yourselves as well. Of course, if you have enjoyed this video, like and subscribe and all that other good stuff. And I'll see you tomorrow when I will be doing a review on WrestleMania. And hopefully, it's all gone well. Bye.